Yeah, okay, so it's here it is Thursday morning. I'm out at the park trying out a new mount. I bought a neck mount for the GoPro. I'll put a link if I think about it to the mount I got. I really kind of like it. It seems like it's doing a good job. And it's smoother than if I try to hold my iPhone and do it. So we'll see how it works with the bobcats. It's a little more it's a little better idea of what's going on and what it looks like out here. Coming up on the bridge. It's really quite a busy urban park. It's established about 20 years ago, I'm thinking 1987, around then. It's a riverside park along the Trinity River. It's 7.5 miles long from one end to the other. Now I go on the east end just because I like it better. The other end, at the Random Mill entrance, is more set up for kids and soccer and picnics and things like that. And I just come out here to walk. I've been walking out here for 20 years. A lot of bicyclists. They're pretty rude. A lot of times she should have warned me she was behind me. I could easily cross into the other lane and hurt myself. We're going on the bridge here. There is the Trinity River, which is kind of hard to see with all the glare. Let's see if I come around back here better. You can see a little better without all the glare. It's quite pretty here. There's a rock formation that these pillars are on. People come down here and actually fish. I don't know if it's good to eat the regular fish out of there, but in the winter time they put out trout, and people come. You can see over there. I don't know, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. There's icicles forming where the water comes down and out of the ground into the river. Over here is the lovely Audubon endorsed multi-family, multi-apartment complex development. Over there behind us, and you can't see it from here because we're too close, it's probably the highest place in Arlington, which is the Arlington landfill. Here again, our river is over there to the east, and this housing complex is over here is the main reason that the bobcats and coyotes are forced out onto the trail. literally hundreds of people here every day, and the animals have 1,000 feet or 1,000 yards or so between the housing and the river to eke out a living. Morning. There's all kinds of people out here. Although today is cool, we just come out of a 4-day polar vortex, and it's still in the 30s, 34s, 36. It's just really relaxing, and from here to the end of the trail is about 4 miles, but I don't ever walk that far. Occasionally there's benches along the way, and the development over there had no qualms about attaching their apartment and housing complex to the park. That there is the lake. Now I don't know if it has a name, but it used to be habitat. Now it's habitat for ducks and seagulls. Of course, occasionally we get migrating pelicans, white pelicans, Canada geese, and other kind of various ducks. But as a swamp, it probably housed and fed more animals than it does as a lake. It's basically a desert for all the wildlife except for the birds, the migrating ducks and geese. And most people don't swim in it either. Now they do have a little, oop, there's some coyote poo. Where is it? Let's see if I can get it on here so you can hear some geese. Right there is the coyote poo, and you can see it's got a lot of hair in it. Must have got something good to eat. There's a couple of Canada geese. So it's really noisy when you're right near the freeway and the highway and the construction. And you can hear the construction and jets all the time. It's, like I said, it's very urban, but it's a gem. I just started doing this YouTube stuff, so it's probably my first vlog because I really haven't had the equipment to do it, and the only reason I'm doing it now is because I've got all this video and I need to put it somewhere. Morning. That guy there on the tricycle picks up trash. I don't know if he's an employee or a volunteer, but he's out here all the time. And remarkably, it's a pretty clean trail. A lot of times you do get trash, you know, it blows in the big winds we get. Morning. Most people out here are very friendly. The bicyclists kind of tend to be rude they don't warn you, and you could easily stray into their path and get hurt. And they've been known to run over bobcats. So I'm gonna end this. Like I said, this is my first vlog. I'm going to the Mustang show at the Fort Worth stock show and rodeo, and I was out here getting a couple of pictures. I want to get a couple of pictures of the plaques about the history of this area. Right here is where Jessie Chisholm came through with the Chisholm Trail between here and Fort Worth. Of course, they didn't always cross all the same places all the time, and there were several trails, but they went from here, from South Texas near Mexico, all the way up to Kansas City and Abilene, to the railheads to sell their beef. And I went to the stock show last week, and the reason that I bring up Jessie Chisholm is because he's pretty much the reason why they have a stock show in Fort Worth. Because the cowboys had come through here, and when they started a railhead in Fort Worth and they started quarantining beef and putting up barbed wire, the trail kind of came to an end in the late 1800s, and the beef processing started in Fort Worth. And in 1886, the cattlemen around Fort Worth decided they were going to have a stock show, and it's the longest continuous stock show and rodeo since 1886. And they first had women in 1818. Women and cowboys. It was the first time that they had a rodeo and competitions, and a lot of the women and men came from the old West shows and competed in rodeos and shooting. So I'm going to end my vlog here. If anybody's got any suggestions as far as equipment, I'd be happy, or tips on vlogging and stuff like that, because I've never done it. Let me know. Like I said, I started my channel just to have all these videos of wildlife and things that I've seen out here over the years. And not everybody gets a chance at staying 3 feet from a bobcat or a coyote. And I've seen a lot of other weird, strange things out here too. And I'm going to try and put as much of that up as I can over the next few months. And thank you. Here comes the park rangers, I think, or the park maintenance. Adios.